Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for Friday, June 16th. Let me start by apologizing. I lost internet midday, and Comcast basically sent me a text saying it should be back close to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is the closing bell. So I took it as a sign from God to go down to Universal Studios with my wife and ride Velocicoaster, which was pretty fun, actually. So yeah, I just when there's no internet, there's nothing you can do as a day trader. I just went out and had some fun. So anyway, my apologies for not being there this afternoon. I have no idea what happened because chat was erased when I got back. So anyway, hope you all had a good afternoon. Let's show the SPY here is just still melting up and actually starting to accelerate to the upside. So impressive strength. As far as what happened before I left, Kevin P on fire as always. Man, Kevin P has made a lot of people in the room a lot of money. If he ever quits the chat room, I'm going to cry. All right. Anyway, AI was one of his ideas. He gave it 45. Let's go to 5-minute candles. You can see the big breakout on the daily. He gave a 45 ID, pointed out that it hit 45 here, and then pointed out this recent high, which is right there, was 45.22. So he put something in chat like, AI hit 45. The next catalyst is only 22 cents above, right? And so then when it breaks 45, which was the implication of his post, whole number inflection point with the catalyst above on a recent high flyer, you got to take that, right? And from there it went to 48.50 on probably about 80 cents risk, but didn't stop out in a really nice call. I'll show you something else. I'll slide this over after it ripped. I put it in there, AI Fives buy zone watch, which Fives buy zone, right between the blue and red line, kind of right in the middle. I got filled at 45.56. I went down to like maybe 45.40 something. So I was only like a dime underwater for half a second. I didn't even see it fill. I just looked and said, oh, all of a sudden I had shares, right? And sold at 46.68. It ended up going much higher than that, but that was a neat little more than $1 in maybe 10 minutes. Just it's kind of proof that even if a stock is really strong, you can also catch some money on a pullback play, right? And then let's also go to CVNA, which I'll show you the daily real quick here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Kevin P also pointed this one out. It's a recent high flyer. It had topped a few days ago at 27.33. He put out the idea back through 25. Let's go to that. Second mouse through 25. So it appears 25 here. Came back down. His idea was back through 25 with the high of day above and that other catalyst I just showed you on the daily above. And it ended up going to 27.54. So a little over $2.50 on about 50 cents risk. And no surprise, a couple great calls by Kevin P. What are we watching for tomorrow? EDTX is a weird one for sure. 5 million shares, but the day before traded 4,000. Is that right? Yeah, like 910 shares 2 days ago, and I want to say 735 shares the day before that. So you get the idea. It's just a stupid thin stock, and this actually was the range on the day. It actually had that kind of range. A low of 21.44 and a high of 41.64. I probably won't trade this tomorrow because it's so thin. But here's what it did intraday, and for some reason it's all the way over here. But anyway, I will keep it on a chart. Big volume for sure for that stock. But anyway, ZURA is kind of interesting to me as a sleeper pick. Had big volume back here that topped out at 925, then put in a lower high right here, excuse me, at 850. And then today's high, basically 850 again. So it's super interesting over that 850 area. Maybe we take out that other recent high just to the left. But it's, again, kind of a sleeper pick. Only 300,000-ish shares traded today. CRWD back here on May 31st. Hit 161.80, and then today hit 161.19. Over that area, it could continue to push higher. So that's an interesting space too, with a lot of lot of news about hacking and that sort of thing. YEXT had a big pop back here and is kind of flagging. Also interesting that today it went up and hit almost 14, the whole number 14. Interesting, over 14 tomorrow, which would be a break of today's high. And let me get this right. And you've got 1435 as another potential catalyst just above 14. So that's kind of interesting. Which is Unity Software, very strong, right? Already had 3 days green in a row, but today was inside of yesterday's range. So that makes it kind of interesting. Today's high, 42.13. Yesterday's high, wait, I might be wrong. Yeah, yesterday's high, 42.35. So maybe back through 42 tomorrow, knowing we got 1, 2 little stair steps, dominoes, catalysts, whatever you want to call them. Excuse me. Let's see, where am I? Already talked about Carvana, but it's very, very strong. CVNA, a lot of shorts in the name. We got to keep that on watch. AI, I'm surprised I don't have that on. Well, I tell you what, AI is, let me just show you AI real quick. Very extended, but stupid strong, right? I talked about Kevin Pease calling that today. I didn't put it on the list because it's so extended, but then I looked to other AI plays, and APLD is one that really hasn't broken its recent highs yet. It's kind of in the middle of its recent range, maybe curling up though. We did call this one long through 9 today, but it chopped around a bit. I know some of you took it right there through 9. The stop would have been right here, which never hit. It ended up going all the way to 958. But certainly if AI or the AI plays are strong again, it's still kind of flagging here and still has some catalysts above. How did I skip? I think I skipped GSIT. That's also really extended, but I do want to watch that one because it's just so darn strong. You could make the same argument for AI, by the way. Remember, I'm a day trader, so these are things that might give me a trade tomorrow. But GSIT is really extended. That's why if those do go, APLD is a little more interesting to me because it's still got catalysts above. Anyway, GREE, G-R-E-E. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Big pop yesterday, inside day today, maybe a third day play. VERV, nice breakout today. Topped right around 20 bucks, so maybe through 20 tomorrow. We'll see if it gives an A+ setup. SOUN, also an AI play. And if you look at that horizontal line there, it's trying to break out of a range and nice volume today. We'll see if it continues tomorrow. And then lastly, PLAY, which gapped up here, I think on earnings, pulled back, and then absolutely ripped 2 days ago. And now you've got 2 red days kind of retesting this breakout area. And it's a little below that, but on declining volume. So this is a pretty handsome bounce play setup. I'm done with that. We'll talk about other gappers that we find in the pre-market tomorrow. Don't forget the market is closed on Monday. So tomorrow might be dead, being the Friday before a 3-day weekend. All right, I'm done babbling. See you in chat.